This video is basically just going to be a big old rant because I have two major problems going on right now with just like what people do and say. First of all, I go to a school that's majority, like I don't know if it's the majority, but there's a lot of black kids there. And a lot of them still seem to have a problem with their ancestors or whatever being like slaves. First of all, if you're going to try and point that out, make sure you know who you're talking to because my ancestors weren't even in this country when there were slaves. And second of all, my other ancestors, well, some of them weren't in this country. Other ones were actually slaves before your ancestors. So, thank you, get it right. I am Native American, and Native Americans were slaves long before black people were slaves. So, you know what you need to do? You need to cry me a fucking river because I don't complain about my ancestors being slaves, even though they were slaves way before any of yours were. So, oh, my neck's just cracked. Next, for the white in me, the white in me is only Irish, Italian, and German. So, those ancestors didn't even come here until, like, I think it was 5 generations ago. My great-great-grandparents were immigrants. So, obviously, there were no slaves then. So, yeah, maybe get your facts right before you try and point out me being racist and my ancestors using your ancestors or whatever. Please. Don't even get me started because I can go on for hours about your problems, so don't even try me. Next of all, people who think that they're on Twitter and they're famous because they have like 1,000 followers or whatever, and they get top tweets all the time, please, you're not famous. You wouldn't be invited to a red carpet event. Get over yourself. No one even knows who you are except people on Twitter because they think, oh, that's a cool tweet, let me retweet it. So you're not famous. You just get the top tweets before anyone else does, and then that's why you get tweeted more often. No one knows who you are except on Twitter. So get over it because you're not famous. You're probably never going to be famous. And the only reason why you think you're famous is because you're somewhat popular. It's like all those scene kids on like MySpace and Stickam or whatever that think they're internet icons and internet celebrities. No, you're not. Because you have like 350,000 friends or whatever on MySpace. MySpace isn't even cool anymore. Get over yourselves. As far as Stickam goes, I don't use it, so I don't really know any of you except the one little girl that was seen and she was like talking about how she has sex when she's 11. So that's who you want to be, then be that person. What's her name? Jessie Slaughter? Yeah. I'll pop a gap in your head and make a brain slushy or whatever. So that's my short little rant, but I had to get this stuff off my chest. Speaking of chest, yeah, that's all I'm saying.